It's one of the most important land-based archaeological finds in modern times.
Have you ever felt a shiver down your spine from a story that can't be explained? Our world is full of mysteries, some truly incredible, others downright bizarre. From the depths of space to the forgotten corners of history, these riddles have puzzled scientists and ignited imaginations for years. Today, we're diving headfirst into the top 20 staggering mysteries. So get ready to be enthralled, perplexed, and maybe even a little spooked as we set out on a thrilling journey through the unsolved wonders of our universe. Number 20. The mystery of the time-traveling hipster. It was a crisp day in 1941, and the South Forks Bridge in Goldbridge, British Columbia, was bustling with excitement as locals gathered for its grand reopening. Within the crowd, a man seems oddly out of place, a man who is dubbed the time-traveling hipster. But why the buzz? Well, you see, in 2010, a remarkable old photograph went viral online that captured this momentous event. Most people in the picture were a typical 40s crowd, but this one man stands out like a sore thumb. He's dressed in what seems like modern clothes. Think sunglasses, a branded sweatshirt, and a casual tee. Oh, and don't forget the modern-looking camera he's casually holding. Skeptics have tried to rationalize it away. Maybe sunglasses weren't that outlandish back then. Or perhaps the logo on his shirt is from a real 40s hockey team. And sure, the camera could be a rare Kodak model from the time. But even with these explanations, there's an undeniable aura of mystery surrounding this guy. Some say he's a time traveler. Some chalk it up to a quirky dresser or a simple optical illusion. But regardless of the theories, the enigma remains unexplained. So what's the verdict? Is he a visitor from another era, a fashion-forward time traveler, or just a hallucination of our imagination? The mystery lives on, leaving us all with a lingering sense of wonder and curiosity. Number 19. The enigmatic stone spheres of Costa Rica. The enigmatic stone spheres of Costa Rica are hidden deep within the country's rainforests. For centuries, archaeologists and researchers have been fascinated by these perfectly spherical stones, which range in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter. Numerous theories about the origin and purpose of these stones have been proposed, but the exact process by which they were created is still a mystery. These stones were created with such precision that even experts find it difficult to understand how ancient civilizations managed to achieve such symmetrical perfection. Granodiorite, an extremely hard rock, is what makes the stones, which makes their formation even more amazing. The reason for these odd spheres is likewise unclear. Some ideas claim they were utilized for astronomy or religious intentions. Others suggested that they marked territorial or navigational boundaries, and some have even conjectured that they might be the remains of an extinct ancient civilization or have alien origins. The stone spheres of Costa Rica are a testament to the inventiveness and creativity of ancient civilizations. They also serve as a reminder that there are still countless wonders waiting to be discovered and deciphered, holding secrets that may shed light on the rich and diverse history of our planet. The spheres hold cultural and historical significance for the indigenous people of Costa Rica, and they have been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Despite efforts to understand their origins and meaning continuing to this day, many questions remain unanswered. Number 18. The Flann Lighthouse Mystery. A small island, shrouded in mystery and hit by relentless storms. On Eileen Moor, the largest of the Flann Isles, stands a solitary beacon of hope, a lighthouse guarded by 3 seasoned keepers. But in December of 1900, tragedy struck, and the keepers disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a desolate lighthouse filled with unanswered questions. As investigators combed through the mysterious scene, they struggled upon a shivery discovery: a lone photograph. It captured Thomas Marshall, one of the keepers, his brow furrowed in worry as a storm brewed ominously on the horizon. It was as if the very gist of impending doom had been frozen in time. The logbook revealed tales of extreme weather, painting a vivid picture of the relentless storms that struck the island. And in that final haunting image, the stormy skies mirrored the foreboding sense of unease that gripped the keepers in their final moments. Though the photo may not hold all the answers, it serves as a poignant reminder of the enigmatic events that outspread on Eileen Moor. It encloses the weird atmosphere that filled the lighthouse before the mysterious disappearance of its guardians, leaving us with a profound sense of the unknown. Number 17. The Mystery of the Babushka Lady. Commonly, anyone hearing a gunshot will either run or hide as quickly as they can. But the photograph from Dallas, Texas of the year 1963 tells us a different story. On a sunny afternoon, the gunshot's cracking sound shattered the whole atmosphere. People screamed and ran to save their lives. A blur of blue, a policeman sprinted across the grassy knoll, a stark contrast to the frozen figures seeking refuge. Between them stood a woman, her floral dress a beacon against the green. Unlike the others, she held her ground holding a camera. This was the Babushka lady. Cameras flashed, capturing the scene. Among them, the Babushka lady was a constant calm during the storm, documenting the horror evolving. But a deeper mystery festered. No photographs ever surfaced from her camera. Was she a tourist? A morbid collector of tragedy? Or did she hold the key to unanswered questions? The missing piece in the puzzle of JFK's assassination. The FBI launched a desperate search. The Babushka lady's photographs, if they existed, could rewrite history. But she vanished. Then, a woman named Beverly Oliver emerged, claiming to be the enigmatic figure. Hope flared, only to be extinguished. Oliver's story reeked of falsehood. She claimed to have used a camera model unreleased at the time. The Babushka lady remains a ghost, a silent witness forever lost in the chaos. Her identity and the fate of her photographs are a chilling reminder of the day America lost its innocence. Was she a hero with a missing story, or a bystander caught in a whirlwind? The answer, like the Babushka lady herself, is shrouded in mystery. Number 16. An unexpected sight in a family photo. Panic clawed at the edges of the Cooper family's laughter. They were gathered around a table, a picture of domestic bliss, flickering candlelight casting warm shadows on their faces, a child's sticky hand reaching for a teacup, but unseen eyes locked onto something else entirely. A chilling anomaly lurked in the background, a dark shape plummeting headfirst from the ceiling. Was it a trick of the fading photograph? A smear on the lens playing tricks on their minds? No. The detail, the undeniable human form, defied such simple explanations. The image, a seemingly ordinary family portrait, had become a horrifying enigma. It transformed a joyful moment into an unsettling mystery, a constant reminder that the familiar can sometimes harbor the most unsettling truths. Number 15. SS Watertown Ghosts. The icy grip of the North Atlantic tightened around the SS Watertown. Captain Miles peered through his spyglass, the churning waves a canvas of endless gray. Yet a flicker of movement caught his eye, not on the deck, but etched into the very hull of his ship. Two faces, pale, spectral, staring back at him with an intensity that sent a shiver down his spine. These weren't just any faces. They belonged to Michael Meehan and James Courtney, two sailors who had met a watery demise days earlier. Buried at sea, their final resting place was supposed to be the depths of the ocean, but here they were, seemingly clinging to the ship, their ghostly visages a stark reminder of the unforgiving sea. The discovery sent a tremor of unease through the crew. They captured this horrific moment. Panic began to gnaw at the crew's resolve. Was this some bizarre trick of light, a collective delusion born of grief? Or was it something far more sinister, a message from the watery grave? The photograph, capturing the spectral visages forever etched on the ship's hull, became a chilling testament to the encounter. It was a tangible piece of the impossible, a haunting echo of the watery abyss that had claimed their lives. The SS Watertown continued its journey, but the memory of the ghostly faces lingered, a chilling reminder that the sea held secrets deeper and darker than anyone could fathom. Number 14. Hook Island Sea Monster. The sea has its fair share of secrets too, so the universe of unexplained past is not limited to land. The Hook Island sea monster is one such mystery. It was photographed in 1964 by Frenchman Robert Lasarec, who was visiting Australia with his family. The enormous tadpole-like monster captured in the picture is thought to be 70 to 80 feet long and is hiding in Stonehaven Bay, Hook Island's shallow waters. The picture depicts a massive black figure submerged in the sea, with a head and eye visible and a curving body extending into the distance. Although Australia's land is home to many snakes, spiders, and other enigmatic creatures, its waterways aren't any safer. Unaware of what this monster might be, a few courageous people took this photo off the Australian coast before running for their lives. The French photographer Robert Sarek captured this image of what looks to be a massive snake swimming in the sea in Queensland, Australia. It looks like an eel that might be as long as 80 feet, but there's no explanation for how it got here or what it was. Number 13. The Time Traveler's Watch. Within a locked tomb, Chinese archaeologists found a small piece of jewelry. It was estimated that the tomb had been sealed for more than 400 years. We're curious as to what was going on at 10 o'clock since it appears that the time was locked at that point. According to reports, the word Swiss was engraved on the watch's back by archaeologists. Conspiracy theorists assumed it belonged to a time traveler because of the inscription. All we want to know is why it is so small. This is arguably one of the most puzzling riddles that archaeologists have ever solved. Discoverers were perplexed to find a Swiss watch covered in mud inside a 400-year-old sealed tomb they had dug out of China's grounds. The mystery of how the contemporary ring entered the old locked tomb remains unanswered. A tiny figurine that looks to be from a contemporary wristwatch is held in the hand. The word Switzerland was engraved on the back of the watch, adding to the mystery and raising the possibility that it belonged to a time traveler. What mysteries lie within this tiny relic? We may never find out, but one thing is certain. After being stashed away for centuries, this tiny watch has raised a lot of questions. Number 12. The giant finger. Do you know of any examples of 15-inch mummified fingers? Yes, that is accurate. A gravedigger discovered a gigantic finger in a grave, which shocked him. Take away the couch and the banknote, and you may mistake this for a normal-sized mummified finger. But when a gravedigger discovered this enormous finger, it sparked some significant doubts. The finger, which was a staggering 15 inches long, was reportedly discovered in 1985. A person would need to be at least 12 feet tall to have a finger this long. Maybe there are giants outside of fairy tales. Gregory Sporey captured a series of unsettling images that led many people to believe that giants existed. There was never an explanation for these unsettling photos. A dark, mummified human finger resting on a crumpled piece of cloth in a shot with a piece of cash on a patterned red background for size comparison. This finger was an amazing 15 inches long and belonged to someone at least 12 feet tall. Is it possible that there are giants outside of fiction and fairy tales? We are certainly considering this question in light of this amazing discovery. Number 11. Glowing balls in Thailand. Numerous reports of bright balls emerging out of the Mekong River in Thailand have been made. Witnesses have stated that they observed fireballs shoot high into the sky and then disappear. As was to be predicted, the reports were written off as hoaxes. The public can only be persuaded that this phenomenon is real by strong evidence. Then this image of the purported light balls appears. However, individuals continue to doubt the veracity of this account, despite this proof. For many years, both scientists and fans have been perplexed by these fiery orbs, which the locals believe to be a mysterious tribute from the Naga, a snake deity that lives beneath the waves. The magical show usually occurs toward the end of Buddhist Lent, which varies every year based on the lunar cycle, from late October to early November. Up until the middle of the 1980s, the Naga fireball was known as the ghost light. Since then, it has gained popularity as an unexplained occurrence. These orbs appear from the banks of the Mekong River at Nong Khai, Thailand, and Vientiane, Laos, as the night of Ok Phansa, the conclusion of Buddhist Lent Day, draws near. There have also been reports of smaller nearby water bodies erupting into eerie fireballs. Number 10. Death Valley's moving stones. One of the most peculiar phenomena in the world may be found in Death Valley National Park, which is situated on the boundary between California and Nevada. The rocks in the park travel along the desert floor independently of gravity. This phenomenon was first documented in 1933. The rocks, sometimes called sailing stones, range in size from a few ounces to hundreds of pounds. The tracks left by the stones and the sporadic shifts in their position indicate that they move, even though no one has ever seen them move in person. Scholars are deeply intrigued and perplexed by the Death Valley sailing stone case. It was long believed that the stones were shifted by strong winds. Aliens and magnetic fields are featured in other hypotheses. A picture of a body of water with several streaks that appear to be stones passing through the water. A team of determined researchers solved the bewildering puzzle, concluding that the movement happened during a unique set of wintertime conditions. Using time-lapse photography, scientists were able to witness the movement of the stones for the first time in 2014. The findings strongly imply that the ideal balance of ice, water, and wind produced the sailing stones. A little pond created by rain in the winter of 2014 froze overnight and thawed the next day, forming a massive sheet of ice that by midday had barely thawed to a few millimeters thick. This sheet broke up and piled behind the stones, gradually pushing them forward, driven by a light wind. Number 9. The Phoenix Lights. This photograph in black and white depicts a pitch-black countryside with sporadic light spots. A lot of reported sightings of UFOs are caused by the abrupt appearance of lights in the night sky. In 1997, in the vicinity of Phoenix, Arizona, one of the best documented nightlight events took place. The Arizona governor, who had previously mocked the idea of UFOs, changed his opinion midstream when the lights had such an impact on so many people. He now fervently supports the UFO theory. One of the light formations hundreds of people saw in the sky is seen in this shot. The alternate pattern observed that evening is depicted in the second picture. The aircraft, which remained nameless, measured at least the length of several football fields. The lights gained further significance when they appeared approximately a year after the film Independence Day was released in theaters, frightening viewers with visions of an extraterrestrial takeover. Thousands of individuals reported seeing odd lights of various sorts back in 1997. It happened on a March day, and the episode seemed to entail two distinct happenings. The first was a light formation in the shape of a triangle that flew over the state, and the second was a set of lights that remained in place and were visible over Phoenix. Despite the efforts of scientists to devise theories to account for the experience, the details of what these people witnessed that day are still unclear.
Today marks 26 years since the mysterious Phoenix lights appeared over the valley.
Number 8. The Hallin Lights. Norway is one of the best sites to see the northern lights and is well known for its enigmatic lights that shine in the sky. There is one light phenomenon, nevertheless, that most people are unable to explain. Another group of enigmatic lights in the Scandinavian sky is the Hallin Lights. Approximately 20 times a year, the Hallin Lights occur, but unlike the northern lights, its origin remains a mystery to experts. The lights are but another occurrence of nature that we might never fully comprehend. The photo was taken in Norway's Hallin Valley, which is renowned for revealing bright lights over time. Scientists are still unable to explain what it is in the valley that creates these lights, despite numerous studies being done to try and define the phenomenon. The Hallin phenomenon refers to the lights, which appear to be big flashing spheres that can occasionally be as big as vehicles. In the area, reports of light orbs date back to 1930. Both scientists and geologists have conducted field research to validate the light patterns. There is still no convincing explanation, though a scientist proposed in 2014 that there might be a naturally occurring underground battery that produced enough energy to provide light. Number 7. Dinosaurs in the Civil War. Did a troop of Civil War soldiers happen to discover a living pterodactyl? If not, what precisely is depicted in this picture? The photograph is most obviously a fraud, possibly created by Civil War reenactors. The image was initially released in a 1950s Believe It or Not book. According to the legend, a massive bird monster was shot down in 1864 close to Vicksburg. Strangely enough, there is a known hoax recreation of this photo. Similar-looking soldiers may be seen standing over a different corpse in the phony photo. Despite appearing to be the most blatantly phony image on this list, it's one of the more authentic ones, since, as numerous commenters have pointed out, the original was released in the 1950s, long before Photoshop and digital photography. It is odd to see these Civil War soldiers gathered around a pterodactyl, even though dinosaurs were believed to be extinct long before humans arrived on the scene. Have we been mistaken about dinosaurs all along? Number 6. Mysterious circles in Africa. People have been pondering, how are they formed, and what are they, regarding several enigmatic circles that are strewn around the Namib Desert. Different logical theories have been put forth by scientists to explain what these circles are. Some claim that the fairy circles are termite nests, while others claim that the growth of dry grass is to blame. And other people's minds are still filled with unwavering suspicion about UFOs. Both scientists and visitors are enthralled by a strange natural phenomenon that exists in the dry grasslands of Namibia's Namib Desert. These patterns, called fairy circles, are made up of round areas of bare ground encircled by short grass that, when viewed from above, resembles a honeycomb. These circles are widespread throughout Namibia and range in diameter from a few meters to several tens of meters. Scientific reasons for these circles range from termites and plant competition to gas seepage and even radioactivity, while local traditions ascribe these circles to divine intervention or the footsteps of gods. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Dr. Emily Sender's incredible research took an earth-shattering turn. Hidden amongst forgotten files, a lumpy photograph overturned everything she thought about human history. It described an unusual scene, a gathering of extraterrestrials and humans, not in conflict, but in apparent alliance. The details, slowly deciphered by Emily, were astounding. Aliens, towering figures of unknown origin, stood with humans, men and women, young and old. This image hinted at a forgotten past, a time when humanity and another species coexisted, sharing knowledge and lives. But Emily's thrilling discovery took a dark turn. As she delved deeper, she unearthed evidence of a terrible secret, a past transgression committed by the ancestors of these alien visitors. The weight of this truth threatened to disrupt the fragile peace between humanity and the unknown. Now, Emily must navigate a treacherous path, facing down conspiracies and hidden enemies. Will she expose the truth, even if it risks shattering the newfound connection with these enigmatic beings? This is a completely new story to me, a captivating tale of hidden history, unexpected connections, and the burden of the past. Number 5. The Incredible Bigfoot. The Incredible Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot film is undoubtedly the most well-known and much-contested piece of cryptid evidence. It is a little film that Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin shot in 1967 in Northern California and claims to depict Bigfoot in the flesh. Despite multiple analyses, the movie shows a big, hairy, bipedal creature walking through a clearing. The validity of the film is still widely debated. Some claim it could be a man dressed as a monkey, while supporters claim the creature's anatomy and motions are more like those of an unidentified primate than a human, making it either a monumental discovery or a fraud. The Patterson-Gimlin movie never fails to captivate audiences and spark debates on the possibility of elusive animals hiding in the unknown corner of our world. Number 4. The Black Knight Satellite. The Black Knight Satellite is an alleged extraterrestrial satellite that conspiracy theorists claim has orbited Earth for approximately 13,000 years. The origin of the myth san betrays back to a combination of misunderstood or misinterpreted reports and images, ensuing early satellite tracking experiments of the 1950s, misunderstood natural phenomena, and the tendency of reoral to fin patterns or meaningful signals in random information. One of the earliest references that saw tribute to the myth was Nikola Tesla's claim in the early 20th century that he had detected an extraterrestrial signal. In the 1950s, reports of an unknown arc satellite Sarcher Maya attention, further fueled in 1960 by a rotograph taken by the American satellite Discoverer 9, which some believe show the Black Knight. However, this and other similar images have often been explained as Shrey's Ebris, such as a lost thermal blanket or fragments of satellites. Despite the lack of Schreibel evidence, various theories have been rose about the Black Knight, ranging from it being an ancient alien satellite monitoring Earth to a Cesrit military spacecraft, or even a bridge to communicating with extraterrestrial civilizations. These theories, while popular in some conspiracy theory circles, are not sought by the scientific community, which generally regards the Black Knight satellite as a mixture of folklore, misscientization, and sensationalism. Number 3. The Soulway FTH Spaceman. The Soulway FTH Spaceman roto is a mysterious image taken in 1964 by Jim Temrilton near Soulway FTH in Cumbria, England. The rotograph famously shows Temrilton's otter on a grassy hill, with what appears to be a Spaceman standing behind her. Temrilton, a firefighter and amateur rotographer, claimed he did not see anyone else resent when he took the roto, leading to Rica's regulation and intrigue. The image quickly gained international attention, with some interpreting the figure as an extraterrestrial being, contributing to the lore of UFOs and aliens visiting Earth. The Spaceman's appearance in the roto was unexplained and unexplained, sparking theories ranging from time travelers, interdimensional beings, to Cesrit Space missions. However, Skirtis and experts have rose more mundane explanations. One prevalent theory suggests that the Spaceman is actually Temrilton's wife, who was resent that standing with her back to the Samara, her blue rests a rearing white UA to over-exposure. The angle and the over-exposure soul have obscured her identity, making her a rear like a Spaceman in a helmet and suit. Despite this relousable explanation, the Soulway FTH Spaceman roto remains a subject of fascination. Koak even examined the original film and confirmed that it was not tam rare with, further erening the mystery. The roto is a slassus example of how ordinary circumstances can be interpreted as extraordinary, as usually in the context of the 1960s, Srace raise and Rubles' interest in extraterrestrial life. Number 2. The Diatlov Pass Incident. The Diatlov Pass incident refers to the mysterious deaths of 9 Soviet hikers in the northern Ural Mountains in 1959, an event that has sparked a series of speculation, investigation, and intrigue. The Grower, lay by Igor Diatlov, embark on a trek through the Ural Mountains but never sommerleat their journey. Weeks later, their boys were isovere under mysterious and disturbing circumstances. The tent was suit oren from the Insi. Boys were found satire across the snow without equate clothing, and some has severe injuries, ensuing skull fractures and chest trauma, with one victim missing her tongue. Photos taken by the hikers, resovere from Samaras at their Samar site, offer a chilling and roignant glimpse into their final A's. These images, which show the group setting or Samar and seemingly in goo spirits, become haunting with the knowledge of their fate. The Rodos also serve as srucial risas of evience in the ongoing debate about what sauce the Dyatlov Pass incident. Theories range from an avalanche forcing the hikers to flee in rainies, to military tests of Sesrit Warrens, and even speculation about encounters with Yeti or extraterrestrial beings. Despite numerous investigations, ensuing a recent Russian inquiry that attribute the Eths to an avalanche and hypothermia, outs and questions remain. The last of a definitive explanation cures the Dyatlov Pass incident, a subject of fascination and mystery, with the Rodos serving as a roignant reminder of the hikers' tragus and in the enduring human quest for answers to the unknown. Number 1. The Strange Fresno Nightcrawlers. A field of mysterious mysteries. Few things are as strange as the Fresno Nightcrawlers. These beings first surfaced in surveillance footage from Fresno, California in the late 20s. The footage depicts two short, white-legged creatures strolling across the lawn as if they lack arms or a torso. A similar being was later seen in Yosemite National Park, further supporting the mystery. The animal's morphology and the peculiar gait defy accepted theories. Theories include anything from video editing to alien life forms, Native American mythology, or even cryptozoa. The Fresno Nightcrawlers footage continues to intrigue cryptid fans and mystery seekers, despite the doubts and lack of further evidence, leading us to wonder what bizarre encounters could be lurking just beyond our normal field of vision. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.